Come in to another beautiful day in the crypto landscape. Our bags are still there, folks. We did not go to zero. The S&P trying to make a bounce right now. Bitcoin tried its hand above 80K, got rejected. You know what didn't get rejected? My wonderful friend, my past colleague, joining me on the show. What is up, my man?
My guy, what's up? How are you, man? Hey, good to see you.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's awesome to have you back on the show. I mean, actually, last time I saw you, I wasn't even doing a show.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was just deep in the trenches of research,
Right.
writing,
Setting up the mornings.
Yeah, that is exactly where I started. Now we have a show. Welcome everyone, J Chains, to the channel.
If you would think like, and this is what I've been saying on my show recently, is if you look at crypto, if you look at the market, we're kind of living this bullish divergence, right? Where we see price going down, but the stories, the headlines, the news, the narrative, it has never been better.
Right. It's kind of a conundrum. We were talking about like how can these massive organizations be buying this much Bitcoin and the price still getting crushed?
Right.
It was explained to me by a guy who ran the derivatives desks of Wall Street since like the 80s. And he's explained it very clearly. They use algorithms to buy the Bitcoin during this chop zone. And so that's how they're able to kind of sneak the buys in without these giga green candles everyone expects from the bullish narratives, which are happening. But you know what? They can't hide and they can't use the algorithms. If the market is already cooking up and to the right anyways, then the purchases gets much more noticeable. And the bullish headlines compared with the bearish price, I think is one of the most powerful psyops that investors have ever experienced in the history of finance. Like we are now getting that regulatory clarity, that adoption. The states are going to beat the Federal Reserve to starting these strategic reserves for the states particularly. And these states are talking about up to 10% allocation. And some of these states are, like Texas is the seventh. Massive, right?
That was one thing that I loved hearing about, because when I lived there, they got that slush fund, the rainy day fund, they call it, right? And it is worth like billions of dollars.
Absolutely.
So 10% of that is like,
it's a shitload.
You're gonna put $100 million into Bitcoin, like
right?
That should move a chart.
So
but it's not going to.
Having those bullish narratives going on in the background of this pullback, it's been much more comfortable than let's look at the larger time frames here. Let's go to the 1 month on Bitcoin. So this pullback of the last market where we had the, I think it was about, that was a big one, 60%, 57%. At this initial pullback, I was like, Operation Choke Point 2.0 might actually be happening. They might try to kill us, right? On this pullback that we just had, even though structurally it's the same, emotionally it's much different, because I know that they're not trying to kill Bitcoin. They're adopting it. They just want us off of the chain.
Shake it out. You gotta shake out the weak. You gotta get rid of. And listen, there's no reason to think like, look, if you consider exactly what happened in crypto, say over the last several months, where we went on this like really extended long meme coin season, where things got really kind of down and dirty and grungy to some extent, right? Like you think like we go through bear markets, and the narrative has always been like, we need this to clean the space up. Well, I think right before like actual showtime, that it was maybe a really good thing. And maybe if we see, you see some of these charts and some of these analysts are talking for like 60, 40s, whatever it is, right? Like you see some of this stuff happen. It is going to shake out a lot of the bad stuff that happens.
Absolutely. Well, and Pump.Fun just went live with the live streams again. So,
okay. All right.
So they're not giving up.
Hopefully they have some filters on that stuff.
I don't think so.
Oh,
I don't think. I think they just got tired of missing the revenue there. So there's that. Now, let's run through all this. I mean, we got a lot of stories outside of that China thing was nuts. So Doge this morning was at $291 billion in government savings. We go over to the debt clock itself. Thank you for gifting the membership as well, Crypto Cody. Appreciate you. It's up by 3 billion, just about, in the span of 2 hours. So this clock is moving up pretty fast. I swear to God, that Adrian Dittman guy, I was on a space with him last night. That is
AKA Elon Musk, or
dude, that is Elon Musk.
Come on,
right?
You can't convince me that it's not. It sounds way too much like him. There's no 100%. One, unless it's an AI controlled account that is his voice. That's the only way that it's not him.
There's that I've argued and had many AI agents on spaces. I know what AI agents sound like.
They're
even
usually
if they're good.
terrible.
I know they're usually terrible, but I've heard some pretty good ones. I got close. Adrian Dittman is not an AI character.
That's a real person.
No, and it's either
but Elon would be able to afford a really, really good one.
God, maybe you're right. But this one like whisper, like Adrian like whispers and is like a complete prick to people he doesn't like. Like
Elon would be the only one with a tech like that.
yeah. Maybe. I don't know about that. You
But-
think so?
Well, I
It's
do.
crossed my mind.
But I do listen. I subscribe to the same theory. Ultimately, that is him. That's his alt. We all have alt accounts. That's got to be his, and he will defend that it's not him. I heard him defend that it's not him. But you have to defend that it's not you to defend that it's not your alt.
I just think it's his alt account. I've been arguing with all AI agents on Spaces before. It feels like it's his alt. Now, you know, and a lot of people are pulling out of the market and they're calling the 109 inauguration day the top for Bitcoin. I do want to look at this, the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index overlaid with the colorations of our current fear situation. I think we're at like a 17 for fear right now. We're in extreme fear zones. And the inauguration day was about a 70. And calling this the gigatop, I mean, I see the concerns, but we did not have that mass exuberation. Like it wasn't people looking to buy islands. It wasn't NFTs or memes, you know, gig ascending. I mean,
Lambos. There was no Lambos, man.
there was no Lambos.
no Lambos.
Right. When Lambo? Where
When-
Lambo?
When moon, when Lambo.
Exactly.
Come on.
So bull markets don't end in fear. Thank you very much for joining us, you guys. Make sure to subscribe. J Chains, what's your channel called?
Just J Chains.
Just J
Yeah,
Chains.
you just on YouTube. It's just at J Chains. On X, you can find me though. J Chains X.
Nice. It was excellent. It was an
Thank you.
excellent show. We got
Thanks
a
for
lot of
having me, man. It was fun.
information out. We talked to the Canucks, you know, figured out the sentiment up north. It's a good time for everyone.
Mhm.
Ellie, Joe Bro, Flex of the North, Mr. Mark got banned, but he's back. Joseph Cupador, Hondo Nuts. That's a good name. Cali Crypto Dude. Vet, of course, Efficient Enough, Morgan Powell, Fluffy the Sheep, XR Peach, Crypto Cody, Granny's Garden, Simply Dana, all the people. I love and appreciate every single one of you. I'm going to send out the Krav guy, his Arculus cold storage device. He got me his address, so we're going to get you that, and we're going to do another giveaway just like that here in the near future. Appreciate you guys. Stay based, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.
Marijuana.